STICKERMANIA from Louisville, Kentucky. Got Sticker Kid here and Sticker Granddaughter, or should I say Sticker Teenager. We started off with a little bit of the first song that was ever on the U.S. charts in the summer of 1963, the first Beatles cover. Dale Shannon doing From Me to You. He recorded it before the Beatles recorded it. He opened up on a tour with the Beatles in the United Kingdom. And so this is the first time it got to number 77 on the charts. How did you like that? I played that on my 1964 Beatles record player. That's been restored not to have the hum. All right, you guys are ready?
Yep.
Start off with a few notes. Mickey Arugula and myself did a Zoom interview last Wednesday, and it got put up on Mean Mr. Mayo's channel. Yesterday? Yeah. It's been on there about a day, and it's almost at 800 views. So if you come across it, give it a like so we get up to 50 likes on it, because that helps the rhythm on YouTube. It's called Fab Gab Mr. Stickermania Beatles Collecting Episode 48. So that was pretty cool to do a Zoom interview with the intense Mikey Arugula from New York. And there was a comment on there was about 17 comments on the Zoom interview, and the last comment said, they didn't destroy them. They're talking about the butcher covers. There's no proof of it. Employee came forward saying they just pasted them over. Capitol wasn't going to lose the money by destroying them. Well, that's a wives' tale. They lost $250,000 when they had to destroy a bunch of them. They destroyed nearly over six to 700,000 of them, and 50,000 of them were buried in Needham, Massachusetts, near Boston, in a public dump. And if you look up the Google, it'll tell you the whole story. The destruction was accomplished by having a hole dug by a clam shovel in a swampy part of the Needham town dump. It happened on June 25th. They destroyed 15,000 of them, and on June 27th they did the remaining 35,000. They were the first place from Capitol Records to get a shipment of the butcher covers, and they were waiting, and they were on a special plane, and then they got them in late at 4 o'clock, and so they were too wound up from the day, so they did it the next day. So that there is proof that many of them were destroyed. And hardly any of them made it out of Jacksonville, Illinois. Only a few that were snuck out the back door. This is how it happened in the Needham town dump. By the time the hole was ready for us, it had filled with water. The jackets were dumped on the ground as close as possible to the hole, and then a bulldozer pushed the jackets into the hole. The hole was then covered with about 1 to 2 feet of dirt, and then was covered with garbage and compacted as time goes by. So if somebody tried to dig that up, there wouldn't be anything left of them. So that's my proof. Yes, many of the butcher covers were peeled.
What's your good deed?
My good deed today might not be the best deed. I was watching a guy, he went into the beer cave. He came up to the first register, he was 24 years old, and he had a $2.96 tall can of beer, and he only had $2. So I paid the rest of it for his beer.
Oh, that's nice. It's not a good deed though, because that's bad. Alcohol is bad. Brad Parnell said I saw some Beatles albums at the mall today. They were like $42. When I was in high school, you could buy albums for less than $9.
He sold them at the mall?
He saw them at the mall.
Saw them at the mall. At the antique toy mall where I had booths? He didn't say what mall.
No, just
What mall there, Mr. Parnell? Bill got a hold of me through my Yahoo.
Yeah, we don't have it. I gotta do it. Shit. We'll figure it out.
Bill got a hold of me through my Yahoo email. It's Mr._STICKERMANIA@yahoo.com. And he wants me to peel a window shade butcher cover. You guys know what a window shade butcher cover is?
They got it from St. Matthew's Mall.
All right, St. Matthew's Mall. So a window shade butcher cover is when you peel. That doesn't have a trunk slick. Better get this moving along. That's when you have the trunk slick and you only peel the bottom half. So then you have a window shade butcher cover where half of it's peeled, the bottom half, and not the top half. So that's what he wants me to do for him. So I'm going to see if I can do that for Bill. And Warren got a hold of me today through my Yahoo page, and he wanted a number 5 stereo butcher cover peeled, which means it's a Los Angeles butcher cover with the strong glue. And I told him this is a number 6 with the strong glue. I told him I can't successfully peel a West Coast butcher cover. You need to find a number 2 or a number 3. Like these are. This is a number 3 mono Scranton, Pennsylvania. This is the last one I have in inventory. I sold 3 butcher covers in the last 48 hours. One to John Hood, a local mono East Coast, and I sold a stereo East Coast and another mono East Coast. So I sold 3 of them in the last 48 hours. So the demand for butcher covers is never going away. I got this in today. This is a West Coast number 6 from Los Angeles, kind of halfway peeled. I'm going to practice on it tomorrow night and see if I can salvage the butcher cover. You can see there's one tear down here, but some of the trunk is still left on it. Remember, when we get to 2,000 subscribers, we're going to give away this one I practiced on, an East Coast stereo that had real strong glue on it. I think we're at 1740 now on subscribers. The Mikey Arugula interview helped us 10 subscribers, so thanks a lot, Mikey. All right, let's get into something. That was my rant on butcher covers. Any questions on butcher covers? Let's put the butchers away. Do you like butcher covers there, Sticker Kid? You got a joke to tell? No jokes? I thought you had one.
I forgot it.
You forgot it.
That's terrible.
All right, butcher covers are put away. Today on eBay, a few more notes. Perry Cox sold a UK White Album, mono, a late 1968. It had EMI recordings on the label, which made it a second pressing. He sold it for $899 in excellent condition. And earlier in the day, I bought an excellent condition mono first day issue for $928. And the one I bought, both records have no EMI recording on the label, which was a mistake. Only the first couple 100,000 White Albums had no EMI on it, and both albums, records I have come and have no EMI on it, so that's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to have a first day issue of the White Album mono from the United Kingdom in November. Did it get released? Yeah, late November of 1968. Something and Come Together was on our music system today. I told Sticker's granddaughter about it. Right when I walked into the store today to go to work, something was on the music system. I thought that was pretty bizarre. There was a Beatles song playing.
From Abbey Road.
From Abbey Road, you're right. And then later on, a couple hours later, they played the flip side, Come Together. I got another Abbey Road Misaligned first press from the United Kingdom with a misaligned apple. Sharp laminated cover, and you can see the misaligned apple there on the back. As time goes on, I know Daniel Costello said there were millions of Abbey Roads, but people want this first press with that misaligned apple and no Her Majesty on the cover or the record label. It's got to have that dark apple record label that only the first ones had. -2, -1 matrix and the dead wax. Freshly made in late 1969 from the just done completed stereo analog master tapes at Abbey Road Studios. You also want to have this original patent inner sleeve. They either came with a black inner sleeve or this one that says Made in England, patent number 1125555. That's what came with the original. First press of Abbey Road. That's the album, The Young Generation. Doesn't seem that Abbey Road will ever go away. I think it was the #1 classic rock album sold in the early 2000s of any reissue out there of any artist. Abbey Road was #1.
Mr. Beatles Pro said 2 weeks till the fest.
2 weeks, and we're up to, what are we down to, 10 days? Or we're up to 13 days if you want to call it when it starts, yeah.
And
We'll see you there, Beatles Pro.
Kara WD said, hi Frank.
How you doing there, Rich?
Who is Frank?
One other note, Eagles' first album that I showed last week with the 2 hype stickers that said Take It Easy and Witchy Woman. I sold it right away when I put it on eBay for $44. It had a white label record. And Tom Port got a hold of me the next day, said that that's one of those albums that he will buy. He says he'll buy, if I ever get another one, he'll buy it for $100. So that first white label of the Eagles' first LP must be, in his opinion, a white hot stamper. So I learned a new thing last week. I sold the first Eagles album too cheap. Those are my notes. That's some show and tell. Let's show the big thing right here.
That's cool.
This is something unusual. Probably never have something like this again. 1968 Yellow Submarine coat hangers. They're shaped like the Beatles. And it's got yellow sub. It's got King Features, Sub Films, 1968, and the fine print. All 4 of them are in here, and it's hard to tell because they're all stacked up. As you can see, Paul peeking through here a little bit. Anyway, don't want to mess with the sealed package. That's the way it hung in the store. Picture hangers. This sold in 30 minutes when I put it up on eBay.
It's already sold?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Sold for $2,000.
Shoot.
That's an amazing piece of Beatles memorabilia. It's going out to Carl. I kept it one day, but I'll get it out to you right away. Carl, priority mail on Monday. I got a special box for it. All right, let's put that out of the way. Got this Beatles mono box set 2014. Another one in that's sealed in the original shipping box. No, I'm not going to open it up today. Still got the original tag from Acoustic Sounds. It says from Acoustic Sounds, Salina, Kansas, dated 2014. Ship date December 4th of 2014.
Will you open it tomorrow?
No, I'm selling it the way it is. The only way you can really know that you have a perfect unplayed 2014 mono Beatles and mono box set is to buy it like this, because they are in resealable bags, so once you open it up, it could have been played. Alright, put that away. Beatles. I got 5 from Rockaway Records out in LA. They put up 5 of these patches under $100, and I snapped them up right away. This is one of the first Beatles memorabilia item ever that you got from sending away by buying a Kellogg's Rice Krispies and sending away for this Beatles patch in the United Kingdom. I don't know if it's 63 or 64. I know that Mike Arugula wants to find the empty Kellogg's Rice Krispie box that advertises this Beatles patch. But I had 5 patches and I sold a lot, 2 of them. I've already sold 4 of them right away.
You had 5.
Yeah, I sold 2 to one person, 2 to another person. I only got that one left.
They say you sold 2 in there for.
Cincinnati. Close to where I live. Got this in today.
KRWD said, I wonder what the original price was on the mono box.
The original price was around $350. And they were discounted because they had a hard time selling them. About a year later, they were discounting them at $300, if you can imagine that.
Carl Sebastian said, hi Frankie family. I just recently started watching your live videos and I really enjoy them.
Yeah, Carl, you're the one that bought the hangers. And you're in the chat.
No, he got the hangers?
Yep.
Damn.
Carl, this is going to you. Thanks a lot. You got it. You snapped it up quickly. How you doing, Sticker Kid? Got a joke?
No.
All right, so the Beatles played, got rained out.
What is he here for?
This was August 20th of 1966. This picture was taken when they were getting out of the limo going to their hotel room in Cincinnati. But then when they went to do the show that evening, it was raining too hard. They had to cancel the show, give out rain checks. Well, they just gave the stub and put a mark on it. And the next morning on Sunday at noon, they performed at Crosley Field. There's a picture of the Beatles at Crosley Field playing. They had a tarp over the stage. George thought it was a risk of getting electrocuted. And here's some color shots from the Bob Bonus archive. It's a great picture of Paul, close-up of Paul singing there in Cincinnati on August 21st, 1966. That's about 8 days before the San Francisco show, the last performance ever of the Beatles before a paying audience. And there's a great shot of John and Paul singing on the same microphone. So that's my little story about Cincinnati. Now we're gonna have a story about Hey Jude. Oh, we got one more picture of John Lennon playing there in Cincinnati. How much do you think that guitar is worth that he's playing? I'd say several $1 million.
Were you born in Cincinnati?
I wasn't born in Cincinnati.
Indiana.
I was born in Indiana.
Oh.
All right, Hey Jude story. This is the first press. Lighten up there, sticker kid. Lighten up.
I wish you could.
Smile. Can you smile? I got you going. Hey Jude. First press of Hey Jude from the West Coast. Near mint condition with no credits to George Martin on the label on either side. Hey Jude and Revolution. And there was a limited amount of them that came out with a West Coast tab cut apple sleeve like that. That apple sleeve is pretty rare with that tab cut on the top.
Carl Sebastian, so I'm looking forward to it.
Of the hangers. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I'm never gonna have anything quite that amazing. That's pretty amazing. Outside of my Beatle autograph.
KRWD told Carl, he said that item has to be rare.
I told somebody I thought there couldn't be more than 5 in the world still in the package like that. What do you think out there? Who would have kept it in that kind of condition for 56 years? All right, here's back to my Hey Jude story. So the Rolling Stones' Jumpin' Jack Flash came out about the same time as the Beatles' Hey Jude, maybe a little before. So the Rolling Stones had a premiere party where they previewed the Jumpin' Jack Flash for the first time. They invited people in London, and Paul McCartney came to the party, and he brought an acetate of Hey Jude. And once they played this once, the audience wanted to hear it over and over and over. And so Jumpin' Jack Flash kind of got put by the wayside by Hey Jude at that party. Mick Jagger was not a happy camper. Also, another story about Hey Jude. It's a 7 minutes and 11 seconds on this one side. And Paul McCartney was told by George Martin and their recording engineers, he said, you can't have a single that long. It'll never be played on AM radio. He says, you watch me. And Paul was right. It was #1 for like 6 weeks in a row. That's my Hey Jude story. The Rolling Stones and the Beatles, always trying to outdo each other. What do you say there, sticker kid?
I don't know.
He said he loves the Beatles.
Stop.
You love butcher covers? Do they scare you?
Nova's Nick said hi, Frank, your family.
You've seen a butcher cover quite a few times. How you doing, Nova's Nick?
And Dana Kimbo said hi, Frank and fam.
How you doing, Kimbo?
Finally caught a live stream.
All right, way to go, Kimbo. I'll do a little bit of Led Zeppelin here in a second for you, Kimbo.
Nova's Nick said, hey, not Jude. Hey, Frank.
Hey, Jude. Hey, Frank.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I think Hey Jude was the answer instead of Hey Julian. What was the original title? Was it Hey Julian?
I thought it was Hey, Frank.
So here's got another one of these in, a factory reel-to-reel from 1969 of the Beatles, Volume 1. This is the only time there was ever an original release where they had Paul is Dead edits on 7 of the songs, and 4 of them are on Volume 1, which is Dear Prudence, Glass Onion, Don't Pass Me By, and Why Don't We Do It in the Road. All 4 of those songs have edits that had something to do with the Paul is Dead rumors. Notice on side 1, Blackbird is the last song, and on side 2, Happiness is a Warm Gun is the first song. So it's in a little bit different sequence than the regular album, the regular record. Beatles. Got another one of these sealed loves. The value of these are going up a little bit now from 2007 because the Love show out in Las Vegas has finally closed up. This was made in Holland. It's one of the first remix albums that Giles Martin was involved with his dad, George, when George was alive. And it's a heck of a remix album, using a lot of different versions and outtakes from different Beatles songs. A new way to hear the Beatles. This is sealed from 2007, made in Holland. Finish up my Beatles, and we'll get to Led Zeppelin. Got this Hey Jude from 1980, dated on the inner sleeve. February 280 means February of 1980. And the amazing thing about this, a near mint record, it's got HTM in the dead wax on side 1, which means Harry T. Moss recut the tracks for this pressing. So this is a stereo audiophile pressing of Hey Jude. I put it up, it's got a laminated cover for $99, and it sold the first 10 minutes. Sharp cover. Any other Beatles to show? Told you the story of the White Album. Got these Bruce Spicer books in. Sold these today on eBay for $99, these 2 together. This is the one that came out last year, of Please Please Me to With the Beatles. And this is a special edition of the first 500. It's not even going to be released officially till August 9th, the first day of Fest for Beatle Fans. Where's it at? In Chicago. Where at in Chicago? The Hyatt Regency.
You think that was in big words?
The O'Hara Hyatt Regency in Chicago, Illinois. And you're going. And you're going too.
Y'all are gonna see me be happy and Skylar be frowny.
So this book, like I said, isn't even being officially released for another 2 weeks. This is a preview copy. And it's signed by Bruce Spicer on June 13th. This is 169 of the first 500 that were made of this book. It's called The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night, and More. I'm sure we'll see Bruce Spicer at the Fest for Beatle Fans, and he'll have a whole stack of these books to sell and personally sign.
Moonbeam Sky said, what does he mean by Paul is dead edits?
Paul is dead edits.
Because Paul is dead and he's been dead.
Huh.
It's all fake.
So, we're talking about this reel-to-reel. On Dear Prudence, they edited out the round and round midsection of it. On Glass Onion, they edited out the part about the walrus was Paul. And on Don't Pass Me By, they edited out you lost your hair. You were in a crash and lost your hair. And I'm not sure what they just edited out a middle section of Why Don't We Do It in the Road. But there were things that had to do with the Paul is dead rumors. And this is the only official release to ever edit out anything from a Beatles song. The rumors were so strong in 1969 that Capitol Records thought they had to do something here in the United States. And this is the only release to have Paul is dead edits. Rolling Stones the Beatles, are they done? We got a couple more Beatles things. Sorry to reach over there like that, Sticker Kid. All right, we got this. I got another poster lot coming from Joe Hilton tomorrow. This is one of them. I had an extra one of this. This is the original promo poster for Abbey Road in 1969 in the United Kingdom. Has all their concert dates and all their important dates in their career up to June of 1969. It says, for further information, contact Apple Press Office, 3 Savile Road, London. It even has their telephone number for the Savile Road. And I have another Peter Brown signed Apple memo coming from Savile Road tomorrow also. The last one I had of those sold for $288.
Brad Brownell said, "Hey Jules," was "Hey Jude" the original title?
Yeah, hey Jules. Thanks, Brad.
Was what Paul called Julian.
Yeah, Jules. Hey Jules.
And then Daniel Castillo said, "Hey Jude,
I gotta say something.
Daniel Costello said what?
Hey Jude Blenningham.
Hey Jude what?
Blenningham.
Say, show it to me. I can't know what you're saying.
Bellingham.
Hey Jude Bellingham.
I don't know what that means.
You have to explain that one. All right, what's it need, Sticker Kid?
Can I tell the viewers something?
Yes. Tell them. You want to move over here a little bit?
No.
All right, project.
Like and subscribe.
All right, Sticker Kid.
And hit the notification link.
And make sure you put a like for that Mikey Arugula on Mean Mr. Mayo, the Fab Gab interview, Zoom interview between me and Mikey. That's good, Sticker Kid. You did good.
Daniel Castillo said the fans singing for a famous England soccer player.
What?
He's a famous soccer player?
England.
Oh, yeah. Is that where they play the Hey Jude at the soccer tournament? And there's a guy on YouTube, Wing of Pegasus, saying that Paul McCartney's voice is auto-tuned when they play that Hey Jude at the soccer stadium. So my Mexican buyers that have bought 6 butcher covers from me, they bought these today. These are original pressings from the United Kingdom in the original Parlophone sleeve. She Loves You and She's a Woman.
Who's the woman?
She's a Woman with I Feel Fine and has minus 1 N in the dead wax. That's what the first pressings had from England. And this one has 1 N on She Loves You and I'll Get You. You see you got that original Parlophone sleeve.
Who's your favorite other than Paul?
Favorite other than Paul? Wouldn't have to be John. If we didn't have John Lennon, we wouldn't have had the Beatles. He's the one who started it.
No Paul.
Then Paul took the reins over. And I got one more original from the United Kingdom with the original sleeve from 1968. It's got Sgt. Pepper on the sleeve. And that's a Lady Madonna and Inner Light. And it also has a -2, -3 on the dead wax. All right, I think I've showed enough Beatles. What you talking about, Sticker
I
Kid?
don't know what he's saying.
Everyone like, subscribe, hit the notification link so you can get a chance to win a free butcher cover. Now Skylar's sad.
We got the first single. We're into Rolling Stones now, released in 1963 in the United Kingdom when the Rolling Stones were real young. We got Come On the A side, and I Want to Be Loved on the B side. See you later, Sticker Kid. Thanks for joining us today. That's the original Decca sleeve, company sleeve. Let's move this chair out of the way. Give me a little bit more room.
Finally.
Rolling Stones. Mick Jagger's still out there. The Rolling Stones are still out there doing it. I think they're more than just old bluesmen. I still consider them a group. Even though you really only got Mick Jagger and Keith Richards from the original band left.
You do the bread already.
Rolling Stones.
Brad Parnell said yesterday Mick Jagger turned 81. Happy birthday, Mick.
Happy birthday, Mick. 81 years old. Boy, that heart surgery that you had done sure did wonders. You're running around, you're singing, you're doing it all. You're leading the band. What a legend. You got to be the best frontman ever in the history of rock music.
Does he dance good?
He has his own way of dancing. Some of it he learned from James Brown way back at the I have a Tammy Show movie poster coming before long, which is cool because that's the night that the Rolling Stones had to follow James Brown, and that was a tough gig, and Mick was out there imitating some James Brown steps.
Do y'all like the blue or the gray better?
Blue or gray?
Your wall.
Oh. They're remodeling the streaming room. They're about halfway done. You got an Ed Rudy, this original 1965 interview talk album with the Rolling Stones. They make counterfeits of this, but they got the thick vinyl. You can tell by the inner sleeve where that was folded over for 50 years. It's got the, I can get it out of here. Ed Rudy. This is number 4 of the Ed Rudy albums he did. He did 3 with the Beatles, 1 with the Rolling Stones, and 1 with the Dave Clark 5. You can also tell it's not a counterfeit by the Joe Levy autograph there on the back. If you can't see the letters in Joe Levy, you got a counterfeit. All right, one more Rolling Stones to show.
Wait, 67 Pepper said I saw the Stones in concert in Oakland on Mick's 34th birthday.
All right, 34th?
Yep.
All right.
And then Daniel Castillo said Jagger did say the Beatles were a studio band and boring to watch live.
Yeah, okay. You watched the Washington, D.C. February 11th concert and tell me if the Beatles were boring. You watch the Shea Stadium concert from August 21st, 1965, and you tell me if that's boring. I don't think so. Who was in the audience at Shea Stadium when they had 55,000 people? Mick Jagger. He walked with them through the corridor when they were going out to the stage. Mick Jagger was right behind him. Okay, Mick. All right, you got a Rolling Stones 1966 album of December's Children on mono, and it's in the shrink. And what's nice about this, the hype sticker has both songs on it. It's real tough to get, where it says Get Off My Cloud, smash hits Get Off My Cloud, and As Tears Go By. Who covered As Tears Go By? You should all know that one, and made it a hit. Mick's girlfriend at the time. So you got a real nice, this is a stereo, not a mono, sorry. The blue label is a stereo and the red label is a mono. That's original London Records inner sleeve. Any more Rolling Stones to show? You saw my German sticky fingers with the different zipper. It's got that big thing on the zipper. This is the one that Doug Sachs cut as a real audiophile pressing, not quite so as muddy as the United States pressings. Alright, if we got Kimbo still here, we're going to show some Led Zeppelin.
1 second. Brad Parnell said Jagger obviously never saw them in Hamburg.
Yeah, in Hamburg, John Lennon says, you had never really saw and heard the Beatles at their full, the way they could rock out unless you saw them in Hamburg. I'm hoping that Peter Jackson's able to remix those Hamburg tapes, and so we can really hear how great they were way back in 61, 62.
Daniel Castillo said maybe Jagger was jealous.
Yeah, Jagger's always a little jealous of Paul McCartney and the Beatles.
And Brad Parnell and Anne Francis said Marina Faithful. What was that?
Marianne Faithful. So one did As Tears Go By.
Daniel Castillo said a shame they got rid of the Star Club.
Yep. Yeah, I would have liked to visit. Oh, he went to Germany. He would know. The Marianne Faithful also covered another Rolling Stones song from 1971. What was it? The song was kind of written all about her. It was on Sticky Fingers. There's a hint for you.
Hey, Jude.
No, Sister Morphine.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
Sister Morphine. Alright, I have another Led Zeppelin turquoise coming, the third one I've ever owned in my lifetime. This is a fourth pressing from the United Kingdom with a laminated cover. On the turquoise, you have a gray. Yeah, this one's got the gray line on the top. But the turquoise is the one with that commands the high value. I sold one turquoise, the first one I had, for $3,300, and I sold the second one I had for $3,700 to somebody in Kentucky, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Big Led Zeppelin collector.
That's where I'm from.
This sold today, my cash box from 1971, featuring Led Zeppelin on the cover, right before Led Zeppelin 4 was released. And the DJs discovered Stairway to Heaven, and we know what happened after that. Somebody told me they were playing it every 15 minutes on the radio station, Stairway to Heaven, when it came out. Led Zeppelin. We got one more big Led Zeppelin to show. Here's a tour program, beautiful shape, from 1977. And if you can believe this tour program was held at Madison Square Gardens when Led Zeppelin played Madison Square Gardens on June 14th of 1977. That's a big ticket stub to see Led Zeppelin. It's the price was $9.50. 1977. I got another $9.50 ticket stub I'll show now. Who do you think it's from? Mr. Macca, one of the greatest bass players to ever walk the planet Earth. Wings Over America, $9.50 at Madison Square Gardens. 3 ticket stubs. 2 of them are for Monday, May 24th, and the last one is for May 25th on Tuesday. To see Paul McCartney at his peak when he was 33 years old. There's the program from that night. Wings Over America. Mr. Macca with the bass. He would have probably been playing that Hofner bass if it hadn't been lost at that time. But he finally got it back. I guess that's a Fender bass there. You guys will know better out there than me.
Joey, you want the comments?
KRWD said, Mick, although very wealthy, is not a billionaire like Paul.
Nope. Mick, I don't know, Mick spends a lot of money. He has a lot of homes, a lot of kids, a lot of ex-wives. He turns over money. But Paul's wealthy and a little more tighter with the money, but he has homes and cars everywhere too. All right, did we show about everything? I told you about the White
said,
Album.
did I miss the brat?
The what?
The brat, Skyler.
Oh, somebody misses the brat?
No, he said, did I miss him?
Oh, who said that?
Francis and Francis.
Oh, he was here at the beginning. We can only get him to last about a half hour.
He sucks.
Jerry.
Hey, Jerry C said, are these items from the same collection you got out of PA, Frank?
No. No, I'm always searching and buying things online, and I get a lot of people selling me their collections through my Yahoo page.
Yeah, we can't find it. I don't know where it went. Where to find it.
Mr. _ STICKERMANIA at yahoo.com. We'll make another one for the next stream.
I'll put it in the comments.
This has got to remodel this room, so we've been moving stuff around. A few more Beatles to show. This original second pressing mono of Revolver from the United Kingdom. You can see the flip back on all three sides. This is the one that -2, it does not have the outtake of Tomorrow Never Knows.
Brad Parnell said, no, that's Rick and Batcher.
That's what? Rickenbacker bass. Thanks a lot, Brian. Not a Fender, it's a Rickenbacker. Did he start playing a Rickenbacker bass, Brad, during the Let It Be, during the Get Back session? I think he did.
Oh my God, okay. 67 Pepper said, are Stones tickets worth anything? I have 2 unused tickets from their 1978 concert in Oakland when Mick turned 34 years old.
Yeah, the unused ticket from the Rolling Stones in '78 would be worth money.
Brad Parnell said, no, you can see it on Magical Mystery Tour.
What's that? Oh, the Rickenbacker? So he's had the Rickenbacker a long time. So he's saying that he got this Rickenbacker during Magical Mystery Tour?
Yeah, it sounds like that's what he said.
You got Joe English, great drummer they had at the time. Jimmy McCullough, a genius guitarist. I think it was 15 when he played Something on the Air by Thunderclap Newman. Of course, he died shortly after this Wings Over America tour. And Linda McCartney and the great Linda McCartney. And we got to pay tribute to Denny Lane. I didn't bring my Go Now song, but next time we'll have to play the Moody Blues Go Now on my Beatles record player for Brad Parnell. All right, where are we at? Are we at close to an hour? 49. Come, we're gonna be on here 5 more minutes. You got any more questions for me? Rubber Soul and Sgt. Pepper. You had the Rubber Soul, of course, that influenced Brian Wilson to do Pet Sounds, and then Pet Sounds influenced Paul McCartney to do Sgt. Pepper. I sold all my first pressing Sgt. Peppers. You know, I sold 2 Nimbus Supercuts for $7,000 a piece. This is a 1978 pressing from the United Kingdom of Sgt. Pepper. Let's see if it's got HTM. This must be a 1976. It does not have HTM in the dead wax. This is a -1, -2. So they recut the second side from the original tube cut pressing from the 60s.
Brad Parnell said he stripped all the paint off the bass when he used it with the Wings. He and George painted their guitars all psychedelic like.
All right, Brad, you know a lot of stuff.
Daniel Castillo said I preferred the Bessie Banks original of Go Now.
Of the original, Bessie, what was her name?
Banks.
What was the first name? Bessie?
Yeah.
Bessie Banks?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I've heard that it is a good soulful version of Go Now. I didn't bring another record to play. I can't play the Beatles or Stones. I'll get in trouble for that. We'll finish this off with another playing of From Me to You by Dale Shannon. See if you like this early version and see if you agree why it was on the charts before anybody in America even knew who the Beatles were.
Brad Parnell said if you watch the Hello Goodbye video where they are in Sgt. Pepper gear, you can see him with his wrecking branch.
Gotcha. Here we go, Dale Shannon. What do you guys think of that? That's pretty cool. On my original Beatles record player made by Symphonic in New Jersey in 1964.
Thomas Jean said sorry I'm late.
Thomas Jean, you are late. We are almost done. So I got that big collection from Joe Hilton. We'll show it on Wednesday, next Wednesday live stream. We'll do one this Wednesday night, August 2nd or something. When's the next Wednesday?
Well, next Wednesday.
August.
It's the 31st.
31st of July, the last day of July, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got a lot of things coming that I bought from the Joe Hilton Beatles collection. So
I'll do the last two
stay
comments
tuned.
and then we'll head out.
Check us out.
RWD said I used to have that single on Capitol 45 Beatles version, or it may not have been VJ.
Yeah, Rachel Ghost played. Rachel's Ghost on a short played "Please Please Me" and showed the single on VJ Records, and she said that the one with "From Me to You" on the back on the B side was the first pressing from 1963. And I sent a comment. I said, Rachel, the first pressing of "Please Please Me" had "Ask Me Why" on the B side. The 64 version that went to #1 had "From Me to You" on the B side.
Brad Parnell said it's funny he doesn't go as high with his something as he did with Runaway.
With Runaway? Yeah.
That's it.
Runaway was a big hit from Dale Shannon. So thanks for tuning in from here in Louisville, Kentucky. Check out the Mikey Arugula Zoom interview on Mean Mr. Mayo's channel, Fab Gab. Put in a like, and maybe we'll get 1,000 views on that Zoom interview. And that'll encourage me and Miss Joe to do another Zoom interview next month between me and Mikey Arugula. But he is going to the Fest for Beatle fans, so I think we're going to do one in a couple weeks. So see you from Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks for checking in with us. See you next time.
Have a good night.